Alright, darlings, welcome to a reading. I'll be tuning into the collective field and read the energy for you. Break it down one by one with my trusted tarot, so please get comfortable. It's going to be around half an hour I will be here. Or longer, if you want to watch some extensions maybe. I'm pretty much set up. Just going to shuffle. And then I want a 5-card spread, please. Okay, one just flew out, the Hanged Man. Okay, I'm going to cut it. So we'll do 4 more. 3 of Cups in reverse. 5 of Swords, the Chariot, and the 6 of Swords in reverse. I actually want to do 2 more. 7 of Cups and the Hierophant. Interesting. So what I'm picking up on is an energy of feeling like you're stuck in limbo, and it is tying into the love life or relationships, as in there's like a mixture of energies coming through. For one, there's a feeling here of moving towards a commitment, but not only in relationships. I'm getting it as in general in life. It looks like you may start thinking more long term, or you may be considering long term over short term gratification, satisfaction. That's what I'm seeing sort of as a whole. And that's contributing to this feeling like you're stuck in limbo, because you're not so much stuck in limbo, you're just in a transition period. So it's like, this can look like going out less, going out drinking less, friends falling off even, or people that you used to party with and you're partying less, so they will naturally fall off. This can come with lifestyle changes where you actually then also, if you do it smart, you substitute it with, you may start a sport, or you go running, or join a running club. So that is adding to the underlying energy of the Hanged Man, of like feeling, it's like you're not, the new you is not fully formed yet, but also the old you, that suit doesn't sit right, doesn't fit anymore. So it's a transition period that you're in. With the 5 of Swords, it kind of feels a little bit unsettling, in the sense that you could be getting into arguments with people, or again, this can contribute to the falling off. I'm getting like feeling misunderstood, which came through in the recent Patreon reading. There was a big subject for the new moon reading. That can contribute to people falling off when you're just realizing, okay, this person or these people don't understand me. Like, why the hell should we be spending time if they cannot accept me at the core? Like, that is actually a good shift. It can feel uncomfortable, but the fact that you are moving through this is showing me as a reader, it shows me that you are, I have here of the Chariot as well, you're actually progressing. This is a sign that you've outgrown certain relationships, you've outgrown certain containers, you've outgrown certain environments that would have kept you small. So again, it can be uncomfortable. It can come with resistance of not wanting to let it go, of wanting to stick around when you already know deep down there's nothing left there for you. So again, this can be within relationships, this can be within environments that just have, it's like, I'm hearing an expiration date. They fulfilled the purpose that they had in your life. And again, you can take it as a good sign that you're out, like you're moving towards bigger and better. And you may not see that, or you may not feel that. Bigger and better can come in very subtle ways. It can be suddenly like finding yourself in environments where you're less anxious and your nervous system is spiking less, and you're enjoying your own company. And then here with the 7 of Cups and the Hierophant, this is what is pushing towards, or what I am seeing, is that you will start having options pop up, like different options that really have something of value to offer to you, and you will be the one choosing. So this is as well a transition from survival mode, is how I'm feeling it, into more of a like abundance, seeing you have options, experiencing and feeling you have options, and you get to pick and choose. This looks like a buffet that you can pick and choose. For some of you, it does come with a change in environment, whether this is a full-on, moving across cities, moving across countries, or simply changing your job or going to a different district. It can come through as a little change or a bigger change on a bigger scale. But at the end of the day, it is really a shift in mindset. Like, that's why you may feel like you're just hanging in a loop, because it can really, like, the resistance here feels connected to some of you. It feels connected to a person, like you're not fully willing to let go of a person that can in turn keep you stuck in an environment. This is when you're low-key like putting yourself on hold, or you're waiting out on someone to change or show up different than you. So that is a hold back, because if you would release that, you would feel more of this energy of the Seven of Cups and the Hierophant, because this looks like it's still somewhat taking up a lot of space. So once you really like find a way to at least be willing to release them, or be willing to let go, this energy will start, like, with time, shift upward, and that will open up the space, like I said, for you to see, because this is already around you, it's already in your spread, you already have options. This could be like a waiting list. You already have more than one interested in you. You just apparently you're not fully open to it yet, because you're clinging on to something, you're not releasing something or someone. Something is, they want me to explain that more. Something can be related that it's not only one person, that you may have a dynamic, like a relationship dynamic, that you're not willing to let go of because it may offer comfort, or it may be familiar, but it's not really good for you. I'm hearing anxious avoidant. So you may be part of the collective that I have been reading for months now, that is and has been changing and rewriting their relationship template. I'm just saying this because I have been channeling messages for you around anxious and avoidant attachment, and also on Patreon we go into that with loads of readings. I remember there was a full month and we were touching on that in the zodiac readings. So when you join Patreon, you have access to past readings as well, and you can treat it like a library. You can just skim through it and see what you're drawn to, or you can just start from the beginning and go through the steps, go through the readings one by one. The Six of Wands is out here, which is a really great energy, and I feel like you're gonna see more of that. It just seems like you're not fully connecting to it. It looks like good things are happening around you, but you're kind of stuck in a rut, and that's why the Hanged Man is also really significant as the underlying energy, because it's like you're seeing things hanging on your head. You're not seeing it. It feels like you're not seeing it clearly, in the sense that there's a lot of good things happening around you. You may be reaching goals, you may be reaching milestones. This is that energy as well, where you get encouraged to really stop and smell the roses. Like, you don't always have to be blasting ahead, full steam. You can take breaks, or you're even encouraged, like I said, to take breaks in between and just tune in. What is it with the Queen of Cups? What is it you really need? Do you, like, every day even, what do you need today? Do you need company? Do you want company? Do you want closeness? Do you want hugs? Do you want kisses? And then see how you can go about giving yourself that, what you need and crave. There's just some practical advice that's coming through, because it's like you need to consciously put yourself in this frequency where you start seeing more of the good that is surrounding you and that is happening around you. With the Two of Cups as well, this can be literal people that want to be your friends, that want to talk to you, want to hang out with you. And like I said, that I do feel a bit of closed off energy, and it is sort of congested with some I'm getting this as a specific person, or like I said, a specific like mindset or dynamic, or a specific type of person you keep attracting, that is just still taking up space, that apparently to some degree you are ready to release and shed it. We can help push this along with a one-on-one session if you feel like you really are stuck and you don't, like, you can resonate with the reading and you really want to push ahead or you want to get out of this rut, that's always an option. We can do one-on-one session exactly around this topic, alongside what came through as some practical advice, because it seems like both options, it needs some conscious deciding, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm consciously, you need like somewhat needing to retrain yourself, especially if with the Three of Cups in reverse, if you feel like there's not much to celebrate. That's exactly where, that's where it's somewhat like someone that needs to pull themselves out of the mud when they're deeply depressed. Like, you consciously have to pick yourself up and do things when you actually would just rather be lying around and doing nothing. So there's real resistance here to changes as well, as what I'm getting. It's like your body may feel heavy, or some parts of you feel heavy because you can feel the transition, but it's like, hanging on to what is outdated. And a lot of it does really come with comfort, and I'm really feeling that, like, comfort and familiarity, and knowing also with some fear of success, even like here with the Six of Wands, because you have such great energies out on the table, but it's like you're not connecting with it. It even feels like you're trying to look for reason as to not connect with it, or this can come from deep insecurity or deeply feeling like you're undeserving of good things and feeling good and being, even here with the Queen of Cups, like, it feels like there's connections around that want to connect, like people that want to connect with you on a deeper level, or want to connect with you on an emotional level, and it's like it doesn't feel like you're open to that, not fully. You may to some degree, but this does as well come from hurts. I just heard this from past hurt, because at times you may have connected really deeply and then, you got taken advantage of, or your kindness or your emotions and feelings that you did share were used against you. So of course you're going to be a little bit closed off. But it just feels like the environment that you're moving in, if you're not there yet, you're not going to need that. That's what it's coming down to. It's like the mechanisms that you may have in the environment that hurt you or like harmed you in some way, in wherever you are moving to. Some of you apparently are planning that, or like it doesn't have to be in a grand scale. It can be your workplace, or it can be your apartment, or just like being in a newer environment. You're not gonna need these protective mechanisms, but again, it's like there's like an attachment to it because it has served you. It's very understandable when mechanisms and ways of being serve you. You even in a new environment, you're not gonna instantly release it. Like, it's gonna take time. It's the same with relationships. An environment as well can at times, or may need to show you consistently, okay, you're safe here. And that's where also I'm getting some of you will feel very tired at first, because when you move into an environment where your system actually feels safer, it's like you can relax for the first time. And often people experience like fatigue. They get really tired. But also I'm hearing processing. It's like then you have time to process things. It's in a smaller scale. We can see this when, like in the Western, a lot of Westerners that go on holidays, we may only have like 1 or 2 weeks of holidays, and then they get sick. Because it's like you're in a different environment, you can finally relax, and then your body and system can process everything it didn't have time to, because you were working, day in, day out, or just didn't have time, or didn't allow yourself to have the time. So it's a similar process that I see here, and it is connected to, I strongly feel it connected to a change in environment that keeps coming through. Tell me more. Page of Wands. Death. Okay. This I'm getting as a combination. This is also tying into the fatigue. So some of you that already have a change of environment, and you can really feel that, of like, you're still in limbo. There's just days you feel really sluggish, you don't want to get out. you know, to some degree you should be happy, or you should be like, it's like you can connect, or you can to some level see that there's good things happening around it. And that is, even though adding some pressure, I'm getting is like, okay, but why am I still feeling the way I am? And it is, there are different factors. One really is that there seems to be a connection, or there seems to be a soul, can even be a soul tie that is still like weighing down on you to some degree. And that's why I'm saying we have the option of addressing that in a one-on-one. I'm just throwing that out so you know that you don't have to deal with this alone. What I'm picking up with Death and the Page of Wands is what I was starting, why I can feel this tying into this energy of the lethargy and like not really motivated, or days where you want to move around. You may notice this with things that you normally really like doing, like you actually have a lot of drive to do, just feeling like, no, I can't, like I'm really struggling, I have to really like force myself to sit down. And that as well, I'm hearing seasons, and as well we've touched on this in Patreon, there's seasons for certain things, just like the ocean has its ebb and its flow. You as well will have seasons where you just may not be motivated, and you may really need to prioritize rest where and when you can, especially with everything that's going on, because the transition periods can take a lot out of you. It can be really taxing. There can be upgrades that are happening on a DNA level. You could be receiving like light code activations. Transition, when you're transitioning from an old world into a new world, it always comes with some pushback. Or in this case, that's what I'm just feeling strongly, because the resistance is as well is what's making you tired. It's like resisting the changes, holding on, clinging on to what is familiar but outdated. And yeah, then it creates a sort of like push and pull. You could have days where you're really like on a high flying kite and you feel fucking amazing, and then the next day you just want to be curled up in your room and just not see anyone, not text anyone. And that is like, it feels like whiplash, it's like, but in turn, that's what I'm getting, is making you think about long term. And that is a really good thing, because I'm also sensing it's tying into you becoming interested, or you're getting advice here to become interested in how to regulate like your nervous system, because I'm hearing some of you come out of really like intense and volatile environments and dynamics, like you constantly had an up and down. So when you shift and you move out of said environment and you're suddenly in a new one and you're transitioning, and there's this transition period, it can feel really boring, and that can even be grounding. Like that can be a good thing when it starts feeling boring and you have maybe a routine, and it's just like boring in this case is good. And that's also a topic that is really, really big in today with like, we're like fucking doom scrollers, and we just, as a generation, we're not really capable anymore of sitting and being bored. Like we constantly have to do something. We'll constantly have either a screen we can take out. Like there's not many, mostly it's like old souls that still value that, just raw dogging shit, sitting into a plane 12, 18 hours with nothing, no screen, no book, just raw dogging the shit out of, like, that is as well practical advice that's coming through that will actually help during this time. That you switch off the screen for as long as you can, start tending it to your garden in the way that, like, with practical ways, as in a craft that you can use your hands for, like doodling, just really, well, I'm hearing archaic, but it's not that archaic, because if you come from the 90s, like that's what we were all doing, like before the internet, how were we keeping ourselves entertained, playing games, silly like Snake and on phone, like we didn't have, well, they're still staring into a screen, but it wasn't like full on blue light like we have today. So that as well, it seems like that would really help and balance you out, like balance and help with the transition period if you can, find ways to regulate your nervous system. And remind yourself that boring is not bad. Also relationships, like let's say you do start entertaining some of these, like you do start choosing from the buffet and you start entertaining them, boring is more likely to survive the long haul. And this can be very like counterintuitive for all of you that thrive off intensity, thrive in chaos, like it's all you've known. If it's not chaotic and intense, it's not real, you know, like that is as well the pattern that you may be moving out of, or that you may be clinging on to. Like that's up to you, because I'm getting it both ways. It can be that you're still clinging on to that and you're pushing away everything that feels peaceful and boring, and or you are embracing it and allowing your nervous system to kind of like acclimatize to this new way of being and relating with another person or with other people, where it's less spiking you, but yeah, consistent. And consistency equals safety. Like you will feel how it will ground you as well in ways that you just may not have experienced yet. Because here as well, I keep getting the energy of like looking for mistakes, looking for things to go wrong, looking for something to not work out, looking for just like not really making, like it seems like you're not exactly making your life any easier. Like it's not weird. Because I heard it's weird. So maybe you like recognize you do that and you find it weird. I don't know, because I don't find it weird. I understand where it's coming from. Like I understand where it's coming from here as well with the Eight of Cups. It's exactly that you are still processing disappointments. With the Ten of Wands, it's like there's something that is still really weighing heavy on your being, and there's no quick fix there. If you're processing deep betrayal, deep hurt, your healing will occur at your own pace and your own timeline. And I know I talk about an acceleration at times when also with the one-on-one work, but that's what I mean if you're not ready to address something, or you just need more time. Even one-on-one work, well, it can still accelerate it. It kind of depends. There's no one shoe fits all there. But in this case, it just feels like even if you were to be like, okay, I need to address something, okay, I feel stuck. In this case, it just feels like you need more time. It's really simple. Like it's like no quick fix, or no way to, like this is the part where there may be nothing that can help you feel better, because you just need to go through the motion. You just need to sit and be uncomfortable for a while. And this is also where that boring comes in. Like this is somewhat of the same advice you're getting here, you know, like learning to be bored again without having to distract yourself will ultimately also help you exactly in these moments when you have uncomfortable feelings and loss, betrayal, disappointment still like floating around in your field, that just need to be felt, just need to go through the motion. There's really not more to say to this. But this is as well where although I don't feel like who I read from the collective, I feel like you also have like been, I mean, some of you may still be numbing yourself in these moments, but as a whole I feel like you have addressed some of your, like, I'm just getting a sense you may be feeling this more because you have like released certain crutches, or you're being asked to release certain crutches that exactly have been numbing would numb you out in these moments. And yeah, try out, take like grab like carrying a book around or cards, and maybe leaving your phone at home. This may be even a wave I'm picking up on, because I have a feeling, and I have been having a feeling for longer that more people really miss that and crave that again, you know, where you're just like existing and being without constantly, like some blue screen in your fucking face. We know it's not healthy, you know, like we know it's not healthy. Just like anything, too much of anything is not good for us. But I think like it's becoming more normalized that there's like these movements happening, or like younger generations, or like the kids today that, you know, just like I think Gen Z is the one that is like drinking less, and you know, maybe our children and our children will like suddenly not want phones anymore. Who the fuck knows? But there's definitely a wave here I'm picking up that really is craving that, like craving to it ultimately comes down to craving to come back home to yourself. And coming back home to yourself does include being able to sit with uncomfortable emotions, uncomfortable memories that your system may now finally have the time to process and go through the motion because you've changed your environment or you are changing environment. Like, it's all tying together. The whole reading is tying together. It's as if one follows the other. But this can just offer an explanation to you that you understand why that is and why you are feeling the way you are and why you may be tired and you know you should, like, there's no reason to be, or you may be telling yourself there's no reason to be, and you can sense there's good things happening around you, but you can't fully connect to it. You know, there's a lot going on, and we also are really, really complex. Like, human beings are so complex. That's why I also love my job. You know, it's like I learn so much reading through you. I really do. I learn about human behavior. I just learn so much. And yeah, I understand. I really do, but I feel like the messages or the advice that have come through are pretty clear. It's just a question of if you're going to implement them or not. And as well with the phone or with the screen, ultimately that can be an addiction. Like, you get dopamine hits. It's like a synthetic form of dopamine. It's not a real. I mean, it is a dopamine hit, but you can get dopamine hits exactly through. Some get it through knitting or draw, like, but it will be less spiking, like less intense and more regulating you. Like, your nervous system will feel like you can breathe. You know, like activities where you connect to your breath, and that can feel really boring. Like knitting for some can feel really like monotonous and, you know, repetitive, but that is exactly the healing or the medicine that some of you apparently are needing or craving even. So again, it's a question of whether you can give yourself that, because here with the Queen of Cups, it just feels like, and the Ten of Wands coming in, it feels like you may also struggle sometimes with your emotions and with how much you do feel and with the intensity of what you feel. And like, I'm getting a sense that even you yourself at times may get tired with like it going up and down. Like, there is a craving for consistency. That's what I told you at the beginning. I instantly picked up on that with like the long-term, thinking long-term instead of just short-term satisfaction and gratification, because short-term will be like, for example, getting a hit out of gambling, getting a dopamine hit out of, you know, your screen, getting a hit out of like short-lived fantasies and short-lived like romances and flings. They all feel good for a couple of minutes or couple of hours or couple of days or weeks, but like I said here, the one part of the transition is transitioning out of that and recognizing that you apparently are craving something deeper and you're craving something more stable and long-term. And I don't know, maybe I'm the one that needs to point that out, because again, you may have not fully connected to that, or you may not fully realize that that's exactly what is going on. And here, with the Two of Pentacles in reverse to close it, it kind of is confirming what I picked up on, you know, just not wanting to be juggling, like not unnecessarily having to put yourself under, like give yourself more of a workload than necessary. So this can even tie into, you know, work-life balance. Like, how can I find work or do work that offers and gives me the lifestyle that I want without having to work myself to the bone? This is like a different stream that I'm picking up on, but it's tying into the same thing basically, of like long-term regulation, long-term consistency over long term, whether it's from a relationship, whether it's from an environment, whether it's from a stream of income. It's all coming down to the feeling that you're craving, the feeling that you're wanting. So yeah, best of luck to you. I feel like you've got some practical advice that you can definitely implement. If you choose to do so, you will definitely see and feel some changes happening. I will be back very soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to be notified about more readings, and also giving the thumbs up and interacting with the channel however you do really helps push it to the right people that may also need to receive this message alongside you. So that's one way you can definitely support and help. All right, have a great day. Bye.